Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Got something special for you today. Today is live on Twitch, so hope you guys are watching us on Twitch. Uh, what we do here, this is the RTP Booze and Wrestle Chat podcast. Every Friday, we come to you and we talk about the past week of wrestling while we drink some beers and have some fun. My name is Eclectic Nerd. With me, as always, I have my best friend, Whistler J. What's up, Whis?
Um, so one thing, happy birthday to Austin Aries, born on April 15th, 1978. All right, so welcome to RTP's most must-see podcast. Welcome to Booze TV. Um, and then what we got also, we got well, first thing I'll say, we were live on Twitch, not YouTube.
Twitch.
Twitch, okay. On what channel? Yours?
Yeah, I don't have live on YouTube yet.
Oh, okay. All right. So other than that, we got Saturday, August. I didn't put the date. Saturday, August 6th. I'm sorry, I didn't put the date on there. I believe it's Saturday, August 6th, 2022 is the next Icons of Wrestling at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia. And we're definitely going to be going to that. Yeah, it's Saturday, August 6th, definitely.
Yes,
So we're
definitely going to
definitely gonna
that.
be going to that. So far, the only two people that are advertised though are Kurt Angle and Chelsea Green, which is pretty exciting. But Kurt Angle's probably going to be
Right,
pretty hefty bill to get a photo
right. So
with.
those two are most likely going to be the VIPs
Yeah,
that are announced, and
uh,
everybody else will just be regular.
I would assume though if Chelsea Green's going to be there, Matt Cardona's probably going to be there as
Yeah.
well.
So we're definitely going to be
Um,
there. This time, I'm not going to make the mistake of not bringing a backpack. So this way, I could securely put all my autographs and stuff. And this time, I'll have a lot more time to save up some money, so we can hopefully get some promos and stuff for the channel and have a fun day out of it.
yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm saving a lot of money. We got a lot of time. Four
Uh,
months.
yeah,
I probably got to save $100 a week,
I
maybe
really,
more.
I really can't wait for it.
Um, but I'm going to be getting my own backpack too. That way, I'm not carrying around my pictures like I was this time.
Mm,
And last time, like I was carrying it, and I got to the Hardy Boys, and I had to I had to ask the guy taking the money, "Can you hold this for me?" Because
right.
I didn't want to hold my picture while I was getting the picture with the Hardys.
Hold somebody else's picture while you well, yeah, that'd be funny.
I, I felt like a dick, but that they're like, "Oh yeah, you gotta go around." And I was like, "No, I gotta go get my picture back."
Yeah,
But
right.
all right. Anything else we got? Yeah, we got Beers of the Day.
Yeah, what are
I'm
you
still
drinking?
trying to set up my. I got my regular Yingling Black and Tan. I'm still trying to set up my Twitch so I can watch it just in case anybody comments. So I
Uh,
thought we were going on YouTube. So
yeah, I mean
um,
until we get live access, and then
you should be. Yeah, we're able to. You can go live. You can go live on YouTube
I
with
I can on my regular channel, and
you can.
I've been signed up for years.
No,
Oh
you
well,
can't through YouTube.
let's
You
not
can't
waste.
through YouTube.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later on. All right.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it through whatever the hell that app's called. Because I do it on mine. I've done it on mine since I had 30 subscribers. So, but anyway, let's get into the next segment. Oh, chug time, chug time. And your camera froze. Okay, so here we go. We got nerds, extra, fake news. Read all about it. Which he didn't make the graphic for the newspaper this time, so you can't read it. Yeah. Listen all
No,
about it.
no, but you can look at Tony Storm's ass again. So boom, up there just for you guys. And you see Whistler J is still fired. Well, Jared Wesley, we're still waiting on him to show up to the show.
Hey there, you know who else got fired? DJ Playboy.
Yeah,
And
that guy. That guy was a
You got
dick.
ex-
I
you got
couldn't
the
stand him.
hardcore icon Joseph Harvey.
Harvey. Joseph Harvey's still around.
You not the actual. So you want to butcher my name? I'll butcher yours too. That's good.
That's
Get
still my
on with the fake news.
that's still my name in 2K22, so that's all right.
My name's always been Wesley J. So let's get on with your fake news.
You go before me. I
Nah.
I don't I don't have it pulled up. I thought I did.
All right. So a little bit of switch. Hey, sorry about that. This is a bad time. This is a bad first live video. Okay, so let me change my background and we'll go over my news first. So we got real news here. We got extremely real news. So New Japan Pro Wrestling will be streaming episodes of AEW Dynamite and AEW Rampage with Japanese commentary at no extra cost on New Japan World. Will reportedly be only available in Japan, so no, you can't enjoy your Japanese commentary unless you move electric there. Because I know how much you wanted to watch it with the Japanese commentary.
It's the only way to watch Japanese wrestling is with Japanese commentary.
All right, and then, so I see when I say this, it kind of edited out some stuff. I need to reread my script when I do it. Curtis Axel and Ariya Daivari, or however you say that, I butchered that name. Go ahead and do it with the soundboard. Worked as producers on WWE SmackDown. So I guess they're going to be new producers. Which, as you know, did I put it in the news here? Yeah, the one producer for WWE, he actually left WWE after WrestleMania. I forget his name. I didn't write it down, but he said, he did all he wanted to do in WWE, and he wanted to spend more time with his family. Well, guess where he's a producer for now? Can you take a guess?
Control your narrative.
Yeah, close. Not AEW. He was right on AEW that week. Because he was an actual employee for WWE, so he didn't have a no non-compete clause thing. So Stone Cold was told not to use the middle finger at WrestleMania because WWE has changed. He ignored that and did it anyway.
Which I'm glad he did. I mean, it wouldn't be Stone Cold if he didn't come out doing that.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Put my index finger up?
Right. Yeah.
That would have been stupid. Like if he wouldn't have done the middle finger, it would have been done right. So on May 8th at WrestleMania Backlash, Charlotte Flair will defend the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship against Ronda Rousey in an I Quit match. Now, also interesting to note that I didn't write down, Brock Lesnar was pulled from WWE Backlash WrestleMania. Next thing, which there's a bunch of other matches that have been announced for Backlash, but I figured I'd save them for when we actually go over that. We're not going over it yet, not this show. The next thing we got, Kimberly deleted her Twitter account after Wesley got fired. It's pretty suspicious if you ask me. Suspicious. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
I wasn't prepared to do my news yet. It's supposed to be Nerd's turn, so I'm sorry. Blame Nerd for my butchering.
all right. So, everybody already knew, that she was lying. It was only a matter of time. She'd shut down everything because she was receiving a tremendous amount of heat. And good. You don't lie about people.
I'm just gonna say, did you watch NXT or no?
No.
Like if you watch NXT, did you see the morale? Like how everybody was going around? Like they didn't seem too happy. Like as you know, a lot of people backstage weren't happy that he got fired.
Oh yeah.
So people were just walking around like you could tell they weren't happy. Like the tag team tournament, you could tell they weren't feeling it as much as they should have been, probably.
Right.
Like you could tell on their face, like, yeah. this could be MSK. Um, but anyway, on from that, Corey Graves is open to a mixed tag match against the Miz and Maurice. Now, I only noted that because it's interesting because lately Corey Graves has been talking about a lot of matches that he would be interested in. I
Right.
don't know if you noticed that, but he's basically hinting that he is returning in ring action because he's
Well,
like, I'd be interested in this, I'd be interested in that. Because if you remember last week, I was talking about how he was interested in
right.
facing Pat McAfee.
Hmm.
So I see him coming back into in ring action relatively shortly. I think,
It
in
was
my opinion.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time, and the whole WrestleMania, and setting that all off, it's a perfect time for him to come back and do a program.
Yeah, but it's just so funny because he said he doesn't want to. Like he said he had no interest. But now all of a sudden he's like, I want to fight them. I want to fight them. It's just like I respect Tommaso Ciampa, but he always said if they moved him up to the main roster, he was done. He was going to retire if they moved him up to the main roster
Yeah,
because he wanted to stay on NXT.
and now he's fine with doing like a comedic role,
Yeah, like
like
I'm a
like
little bit
he's
upset that he did that.
like he's perfectly fine with that. Like he's definitely not somebody that they should have put like he's not a clown. He's not an art truth.
Yeah, he's a serious guy. When you listen to his song, you can tell like how you put comedy with his song.
Right. It makes
Like he's
absolutely
a
no
great
sense.
wrestler, great wrestler. He anything if he was gonna go to a main show, he should have just moved to Ring of Honor when they do that, or AEW or over to Impact or something. Like he should have did what Johnny Gargano did.
Yeah.
Um, I mean Gargano did it because he had a baby, but you know that's now he's back and he's wanting to wrestle. So, but not in WWE. I don't think. I think he's done in WWE for now at least. Everybody that says they're done with WWE, you see how that goes when you watch WrestleMania.
Right.
Okay, so Mustafa Ali wants a piece of Cody Rhodes. Now, Mustafa Ali, remember, like months ago, he requested his release from WWE,
Right.
and he didn't want to like be involved in WWE anymore. And he refused to be in the Royal Rumble. So I guess the only reason he wanted to go to AEW was to face Cody Rhodes, because now he wants to wrestle Cody Rhodes in WWE. I find that pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I guess he's just going to be following Cody Rhodes around for a while until he gets that match.
yeah. All right, so this one I found very interesting. It's not really wrestling news, but it's news about a wrestler. I'm interested in seeing how it goes. It's probably not going to be the greatest movie, honestly. The Swerve Strickland is filming a horror movie. Um,
Now, who's
I
producing it?
don't
That's
understand.
that's that's the big question. Who's producing that movie?
Uh, I
Oh,
forget what it said. Like
like,
I should have wrote it all down.
is it
I
is it
I just saw
WWE
that and I'm
Films?
like, I could go in the Discord and look it up.
Uh,
And I don't know.
I mean,
It's somebody that did something with him before. So, and they did something good with him before, but it's just the fact that he's doing it. I don't understand how. I don't understand. I don't think it's gonna be that good.
you never knew. I mean, you never know. You got Jordan Peele who came out with two ridiculously, scary horror movies, coming from a comedian. So you never know
Yeah,
what can come out of people sometimes.
we'll see. I'm gonna be checking it out. I just don't have
I'm
faith in it.
I'm not
That,
worried about the talent. I'm worried about who's going to be producing it because if it's going to be like a WWE Films movie, then no.
hey man.
Like
Well, it's not gonna
no.
be WWE Films. Obviously, he's not. He's not with them
Right.
anymore.
No,
But
but I'm saying like if it's a production company like, is Tony Khan going to start his own, movie studio or I don't know.
give you that answer soon, right after I talk about this, because I know you're gonna have something to talk about, something to say about it too. So, um, the Undertaker is going to be having. It's not maybe. It's confirmed now. Undertaker will be having his own podcast on Peacock. I wonder what they're going to call that. It's gonna be strange because the Undertaker went so long without talking. Now he's going to be talking a lot.
Right. And even I don't know how it's gonna go because Undertaker's not used to talking. Like he's always done the character in such a straight, like serious way that he's never really talked that much. Um, Learning who Mark Calloway is going to be an interesting journey because we haven't seen this side of him. And
Pretty good watcher.
oh, of course, I'm going to be on it. What? Who's not going to be on it? It's the freaking Undertaker.
Yeah, I'm interested in it. I can't wait. I think it's going to be comedy. I think there's going to be a lot of comedy in it. Honestly, it's definitely going to be great to watch. Yeah, I can't wait for it. Undertaker's one of my favorites. Well, my favorite. It's absolutely my favorite. Him and Triple H. So, all right. You got anything else to say on that? Because I got the answer to that question.
Go ahead.
All right. So, Swerve Strickland will be. First of all, the film's going to be called You Promised. That's just a stupid name, if you ask me. It's going to be directed by Matthew Hirsch in his first feature film.
Oh boy.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So starting off, we're not starting off good at all with this project.
The name's ass. You promised me a title shot? Is that what's gonna be? Is that what's gonna be?
You've got an unknown writer, an unknown producer. It's just starting off bad. I mean, I got hopes for him. I got hopes for everybody's dreams and aspirations of what they want to do. Like, go do you. Make your dreams come true.
It ain't going in the theaters. It's going straight to Netflix.
Yeah, it'll go right to.
It might not be Netflix quality. It might go straight to Hulu.
No, it'll go straight to Crunchyroll.
Yeah, where you don't have to pay. All right. Speaking of that, this is something else I didn't. Well, I took my 19. Hey, so next we got Sami Zayn signed with WWE and has more creative control of his character, which would explain why the whole Johnny Knoxville and him thing was pretty good. Sami Zayn actually admitted that he thought WWE didn't value him.
Right.
But they showed that they valued him by giving him more creative control. That's what he said.
Right. So coming off from the last reporting that we did about Sami Zayn that he wasn't happy in the company. So when I said coming from there and when I saw this, I saw resigned. I didn't see re-signed. I saw resigned. I was like, oh shit, he quit. But I'm glad he didn't quit. And I'm glad that they gave him more. Oh, I mean, all he wanted was a little bit more love and a little bit more creative control, and he got it. Whether it's going to stay that way, I highly doubt it.
All right, I'm not. Yeah. I know Kevin Owens wants him to be involved in his storyline with Ezekiel. What's your Twitch name again? Sorry.
Eclectic Nerd.
I'm on a different Twitch on my tablet. That's why. So, are you done talking about that?
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to say about it other than I'm glad he got what he wanted, and I hope that he's happy with that. But I don't think he should get his hopes up because he's going to be back in his shit storyline soon enough. It's only a matter of time.
All right, you were now followed by one of my extra Twitch channels.
Yay!
$1 for my super coin.
Thank you, Crow Superstar, for the sub, or for the follow.
Yeah, you're welcome. I gotta put my face paint on before I say you're welcome though. Which one day we're gonna get the Crow on this show. One day. I'm telling you, one day we're gonna get the Crow.
No, I don't want him. I want to see Hippie J. Hippie J.
Oh,
Hippie J. Hippie J. Hippie J.
As long as you get the
J.
guns, man.
Hippie J.
I gotta create a couple Hippie J. Speaking of debuts, man. Eclectic Nerd debuted it in my universe on WWE 2K22, and he will not stop trying to take my title, my 24/7 championship. Man, I made that title prestigious. So that was a joke, obviously, but it's fun. It's fun. Universe mode is fun. I don't know if you tried it out yet, but it's fun. So the next thing we got Sarah Logan, now known as Sarah Rowe, is signed for 2 upcoming dates with Control Your Narrative. What do you think about that?
You know, I'm so look. I'll get on to my thoughts about Braun Strowman and Control Your Narrative and just this company. The people in this company are just shit people, fucking just like the worst of the worst. Like the true character came out of certain people. Now that they're doing this promotion, and I got
something. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
All right. So yeah, they just shown that they're not like they don't care. They just don't. They're trying to do their own thing, but like Braun Strowman's like the biggest baddest guy, and I've never seen a big man cry so much other than Ryback. Like he's right up there in the Ryback club with how much he's crying. Like, oh, Tony Khan's burying the company. He's hired Tony Khan ain't worried about your little shit ass promotion. Come on.
He's only upset because Tony Khan and Impact. He was trying to get a 7-figure deal with them, and he wouldn't sign with them unless they gave him a 7-figure deal. And that's the only reason he's upset, because they were both interested, but Tony Khan wasn't paying him that because he's not worth it.
No, take your ball.
How do you say it?
Spit it out. Come on.
I'm trying to think of how you say that. He injures people.
Right.
He's a hazard. Who's going to pay that much to people? Who's going to pay that much money to people that injures half your roster?
Yeah, I mean, you can't even do your job correctly, so why am I going to pay you 7 figures? So, I mean,
he's good.
He's a good monster, but I mean, at this point, like he just take your ball and go the fuck home. Nobody cares.
Yeah. We stopped caring about you when you showed your true colors before he even signed with Control Your Narrative. The fact is, when he was with WWE, he got cocky, he got egotistical, and everybody loved him, but now everybody hates him. I don't think there's one person that likes him. Maybe EC3, that he don't count. All right, so but when he was with WWE, he was talking shit on the indie companies. What's Control Your Narrative? Is it a promotion? Is it indie? What's it classified? It's definitely not called the big leagues.
No, it's definitely. I wouldn't even give it an independent at this point. Like you're really not even at that stage yet. You're trying to be a fledgling company, and right now you're failing because you're pushing all of the potential fans that you could have had. You're pushing them all away. Like I was a big Braun Strowman fan, and I don't give 2 shits about it now.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, they got Eric Redbeard's good. I like Eric Redbeard. But, the thing is, there's so many. We could see this later. People that went to work for Control Your Narrative less to control your narrative and are starting their own thing already. Like, which I don't understand that. What do you do? Get fired from WWE and then decide, oh, I'm gonna make my company? Like,
Pretty much. It's pretty much. That's exactly what he did.
yeah, but there's other people doing it now too, which I'll get into. But yeah, that whole new streaming service is involved with creating new companies. You'll see what it is. So, all right, let's move on.
Keep going. It's still your news.
All right, I didn't know if you had anything else to say. So, WWE dropped Austin Theory's first name, and he is now only Theory. I wonder if that has to do with Steve Austin, because there can't be two Austins. But I mean, I like it more anyway because Austin Theory's, and then
That was going to be in my news, but that's essentially what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's they can't have an Austin versus Austin. It just can't be. So Vince and Austin or Theory changed it. Came to an agreement, and they both agree that that wasn't the best move. It's just change his name to Theory, which WWE has this thing about changing names. In this case, it makes sense. The Butch name change and a couple other ones, like I just don't get. I remember when they changed Chad Gable and the Shorty G for uh, they just do the
change it right
stupidest.
back.
Yeah, they just do the stupidest thing sometimes.
And they're gonna take Gable away from him soon because of Gable Stevenson.
Um,
But they're changing so many people's names lately. Like this week, that's all I've been seeing is they're changing names. Because Vince doesn't believe anybody should be called by their real name. So
Is
next
Vince
thing we
is
got.
Vince hire absolutely
Oh,
nothing? I said Vince hires absolutely nothing but strippers. They can't go by the real name. It's got to be Candy and Sugar.
yeah.
Precious, Portia. Any other stripper names? Bambi, Barbie.
Oh, that's your superstars of the week, man. So, all right, next up we got. This is actually pretty great, in my opinion. Coming from the Undertaker, it's a big. Um, the Undertaker wants Bray Wyatt to come home to WWE. He doesn't want him going anywhere else. He wants him to come home to WWE. I think that's pretty big coming from the Undertaker, in my own opinion, because the Undertaker is WWE. Like, the fact that he says Bray Wyatt is such a great talent that he belongs in WWE is a lot, and Vince and Nick Khan should really listen to the Undertaker and all that. I mean, it all depends on Bray Wyatt probably if he wants to.
I mean, Undertaker's a great guy, and you know, Undertaker and Bray Wyatt, definitely have mutual respect for each other. But Undertaker is a WWE man, and I really don't think that WWE is a place for Bray Wyatt.
I mean, not for his character. Like, WWE's too PG for his character because his character could evolve in like AEW or something. But there's something I added into my notes before we started the show that's kind of interesting too. That could lead to a direction for WWE, which you'll see.
I just think that WWE buried two great gimmicks that he had. I mean,
Oh yeah,
you had no work to do on the Fiend, and you had no work to do on the Bray Wyatt sister Abigail Wyatt family.
yeah.
Like, you had to do nothing, yet you still fucked it up. How do you even manage to do that? It's like getting fired on your day off. How?
Well, the main thing with the Fiend was because of when you know Brody Lee died. He couldn't work there because of the emotional stress or whatever. Because he was real big with Brody Lee.
Yeah.
So that's why WWE initially released him because he took too much time off. Which is stupid.
Right. Rather than give somebody the
Uh,
time that they need to properly mourn. That's why
yeah,
I said it's. I have no respect for WWE, and I think anybody that goes back to working under those conditions, if you go back, you've lost all of your right to complain about anything anymore. So if a few years down the line, if Cody starts complaining about how WWE is burying him, he deserves absolutely no sympathy at all. That's your own choice. You knew exactly what was going to happen when you went back. So I don't respect anybody. If you leave because you're not being treated right and go back, you're a fucking idiot. That's it. End of story.
Yeah, it's just like people want John Moxley to go back. I don't
No.
see it. John Moxley did too much for himself. But speaking of people that go back, and you already said his name, so Cody Rhodes, using banned words in his promos is a part of his gimmick in WWE. His gimmick is he's the ex AEW guy, so he tries to do what he could in AEW, and he remembers that he can't. I, I don't know. It's cool, but it's not. But
No, it's dumb.
um, speaking of Cody Rhodes, and they're pushing him. Money in the Bank, he's going to win Money in the Bank. And July 4th, he's scheduled to face Roman Reigns for the title. So that's apparently a spoiler that I read earlier that I didn't write down either. But yeah, Cody Rhodes is going to probably win the WWE Championship. And Roman Reigns would keep the Universal Championship. I don't know. But we'll see how it works out. But apparently they already spilled the fact that they're giving Cody Rhodes the title. And it makes sense because July 4th. Yeah. On from that, Tommaso Ciampa wants a match against AJ Styles since he is on the main roster now. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have too much faith in his character now. I think a call up to the main roster is gonna ruin him.
Yeah, I think so too, but hopefully not. Because he's a great talent. Another call up they did. I'm so pissed off. I'll talk about it later. Got a couple more notes before that. But I'm pissed off at something they did. You'll know why as soon as I say his name. But this is something I'm interested in. I'm probably going to be buying some. Impact Wrestling 2022 Series 1 trading cards are available for pre-order now, featuring Impact stars from the past and the present, $29.99 a pack plus tax at shopimpact.com. There are 11 cards per pack, just one autographed card in each pack. So if you order 3 or more packs, you're guaranteed one in each autographed card from Jonah, Lady Frost, and Mick James.
I had so many questions about this. I went and I tried to look. $30 for a fucking pack of cards is ridiculous. You're out of your mind if you think people are gonna pay $30 for a pack of cards. Yeah, yeah, you get an autograph card in it. You could go get a whole case of WWE cards for $30. That's gonna have tons of autographs and other rare cards in it. $30 for 11 cards is absolutely insane. And then, like, how many cards are in the set? Like, there is no information to get me excited to doing this other than a ridiculous price point.
Probably gonna be more than one buyer.
Because why am I gonna buy? Why am I gonna buy 3 packs of cards? Not even complete the card set. Like, card collectors like to complete sets. They're not gonna blow $30 a pack on a thing of cards and try to complete this set. You might have 1 or 2 whales out there, and for anybody that is in the business like that, you know what a whale is. You might have 1 or 2, but the average folks ain't gonna go for that.
I'm buying.
I'm not. Fuck, you're insane.
I like Impact. So.
Yeah. You might like Impact, but that's fucking insane. You can't even justify that being sane.
Okay, maybe I'll wait till it goes on sale. But it's worth noting because that's pre-order price, so that's probably why it's so much.
Yeah, imagine when it's not pre-order. I mean, unless people, the only way I could see anybody doing this is it wouldn't even make sense that way to spend $30 and put the autograph on eBay for a card. People aren't going to pay a couple $100 for a card. For a card, somebody's going to pay you 20, $30 for an autographed card.
I
I
didn't saw it on eBay.
Yeah, but who's going to be the buyer of of something that a small little freaking baseball card?
Give the money.
Nah, I don't see it
Anyway,
happening. I was excited about this until I saw the price point and tried to get more information about it. If I want Mickey James's autograph, I'll just get Mickey James's autograph. I'm not dropping $30 for fucking pieces of
well,
cardboard. You're insane. Anyway,
but you had the
on with
chance,
the
so
rest
you
of the
didn't
news.
want to go back there.
Yeah,
You had the chance to get your autograph.
you might not even get Mickey James.
No, if you buy 3, you're guaranteed.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna spend $100.
All right. So anyway, the Good Brothers Impact contract expired on July 17th. Will they resign or will they go elsewhere?
They'll probably stay where they are.
I think they use Impact as a stepping stone, personally. So I mean, they said they're going to remain loyal to Impact until their contract expires. So I see them going elsewhere. Maybe they want to go back to New Japan. So, but New Japan and Impact are working together. So, but we'll see. See after July 17th. Well, after that set of tapings is done, we'll see. All right. So Raul Mendoza, speaking of name changes, his name is now Cruz del Toro in NXT.
More unnecessary name changes.
Yeah, it's. I don't even talk about it. I don't like the new name. But so speaking of people doing their own wrestling shows, Killer Cross and Scarlett are working on a new project with Pro Wrestling TV called Pillars Smokehouse Till Death. I don't know what that's going to be, like, mainly, but I'm guessing it's going to be like a death match type wrestling.
Yeah, it sounds something like a Japanese death match type. Maybe, I don't know.
And Maria Kanellis is also doing her own promotion with Pro Wrestling TV, a all-female promotion. Might be worth checking out, but I'm not subscribing to another wrestling streaming service just for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I meant earlier when I said that. I guess when you get fired from WWE, that's what you do is go start your own company, because that's what everybody's doing. Like all of them people got fired from WWE, and now they're all starting their own promotions. Hey, congratulations, EC3. You started Control Your Narrative. Now your guys left and started their own thing.
Yeah, right.
This one is kind of interesting. Bully Ray thinks that Spike Dudley should be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
I agree 100% with that.
Yeah, which, speaking of Hall of Fame, Paul Heyman doesn't want to be inducted while he's with Roman Reigns.
Oh.
But yeah, it's I agree. I didn't even I forgot Bully Ray was part of the WWE Hall of Fame, to be honest.
Really?
But yeah, I think when they inducted them, they should have put Spike with them too.
Well, I mean, I said it at that time because I believe we were watching that WrestleMania together.
Yeah,
That I was just like, "Where's Spike? Why is Spike not here?" And I don't know if you remember, but I was truly upset about that.
nah, man, you know, I was too drunk at that time period, that frame, that year when that all happened. I drank too much beer. I don't remember a lot of things from back then. But this this pissed me off. This pisses me off so much. LA Knight is now on SmackDown, but he's working as a manager. He's not a wrestler. He's a manager, working as Mace's manager. If you remember Mace,
Yeah.
it's so. What the fuck? And there, he said he's going to. This was on the pre-show that they announced it. He's going to be creating a stable called Night Model Management. Why would you do that to LA? Why? Doesn't make no sense. A little bit too late there. It doesn't make no sense. Why would you do that to LA Knight? Like that. I don't understand it. I can't make sense of it. I can't. I don't accept it.
You got any more news?
LA Knight's one of the best talents they've gotten. Yeah. But LA Knight's one of the best talents they've gotten.
How do you got more news? Where are you getting more news from?
I told you I updated it.
Oh, god damn it.
You had to relaunch it. Caleb with a K is done with Impact Wrestling. You remember him, he went with Influence. WWE is showing interest in, this is what I meant. WWE is showing interest in GCW, the Bloodsport. They're interested in it. And some that are in GCW were seated in a luxury box suit during WrestleMania Sunday. What does that mean? Is WWE going to be working with GCW?
Quite possibly. I know, who was it? Lindsay Dorado just missed the GCW show.
No.
One of the Lucha Brothers.
Was the guy that, no, it wasn't a Lucha Brother. It was the guy that faced Jonathan Gresham. I don't know. Bandito.
Oh, yeah, it was Bandito. Yeah, okay.
Which he apologized for.
Right, yeah. That's why I didn't include it in the news.
Yeah, same. So I was looking at it, I'm like, yeah, this ain't really worthy. Okay, so now it's time for nerds. Is it time this time?
Now
time for your extra fake news.
You know, in the words of one of the wonderful Steiners, now that Whis talked for 42 minutes, it's my turn to go, and I got about 2 minutes for you. So.
Well, that's your fault. That's what she said, by the way.
All right. Anyway, my news is going to be quick. John Cena's due to be back late June. Satnam Singh made his debut in AEW, which is they brought him in just like the WWE brought in the Great Khali to get the Indian fan base. And the guy's just a big, giant Indian guy, has no skill, in my opinion.
Well, it was the Great Khali.
No, that's not the Great Khali. Completely different guy.
Yeah, I realized afterwards, but it looked like him when he got in the ring. It looked like him.
Yeah, pretty much the same gimmick. He does the same Great Khali, Skull Crush. Not original at all, and fans are just ripping into AEW and their decision. It's just a stupid decision. Like, yeah, I understand you're trying to make your product more appealing to a certain audience, but there's plenty of people out there that have legit talent that you can get to put over with that, fan base. And just getting a random big giant, that's all those wrestling companies are trying to do anymore, is just get big giant 8-foot guys with no wrestling talent. It's a pandemic at this point in the wrestling world. But anyway,
I gotta wait for my Twitch to update in order to watch you.
I've been saying Rockin' Reigns for WrestleMania, and there's been a lot more talk about it. It was even teased at the end of the Roman Reigns episode of WWE Evil,
and it was also teased. It was also teased on Young Rock.
Right. Oh, so you finally watched Young Rock? Congratulations. Did you like it?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't watch it.
Oh well.
I saw it in the Discord.
All right. I already talked about Braun Strowman. He's also catching more heat because he was in a Twitter battle with Buff Bagwell over a control your narrative joke, and it just went out of control with just back and forths and his stupid claims about Tony Khan and everything else. He's just an idiot. Some people should just stay off of Twitter. Like, seriously, you should have to take an IQ test before you sign up for Twitter, in my opinion.
Every 2 minutes, fame is up.
Austin Theory changes his name to Theory. I already talked about that. Can't have an Austin versus Austin match. Alexa Bliss is due to return now that she's at her wedding. There's still no plans for her, but she's expected to make a return. A angle that I'm excited about is Nakamura's possible main event program with Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Real quick. Speaking of Alexa Bliss, man, this is something I don't. You haven't played My Rise yet, right?
No.
They have They have Alexa Bliss. The Before she became the Fiend, Alexa Bliss. They have that Alexa Bliss in the My Rise. I wonder if that means that they're gonna have actual games.
I don't know.
Like the old Alexa Bliss. They got the new Alexa Bliss, obviously. But if they got her in your career mode, they should have her in the actual game too.
Yeah, and I'm sure somebody's already made it on community creation. So if you really want it, you can just go download it.
I want the song. I don't want. I just don't want that.
Or you just want the song. Oh. All right. Back to Nakamura. I'm excited about that. I'm really concerned because Nakamura, he hasn't had a legitimate like win that anybody would be excited about in a while. Like, and pretty much any of the wins he's got had absolutely no basis. Like, it didn't lead anywhere, or he's just putting people over and catching losses. So, a possible main event with Roman Reigns. I've always been a Nakamura guy. I think that's great for him. I'm really excited about it. What do you think?
I know a while ago. I know a while ago he was supposed to face Reigns too.
Mm-hmm.
They were in a little storyline, but they just dropped it out of nowhere.
Right.
So I guess because Rick Booth got injured, I guess they're going to start it up. But it's awesome, and I hope to God they don't ruin it. Like, I mean, obviously, Reigns is probably going to retain, but I hope they don't make Nakamura look like weak.
Right. I mean, to the point now, he already looks weak, because he hasn't had any significant wins or pretty much essentially all losses. So, I mean, he's already going into the program looking weak. But I really have hopes that they'll finally give my man the proper respect that he returned by, having him main card.
Yeah, they should give him the real title, dude. Like, they should let him hold the title. Maybe what I think they should let him beat Reigns, and then give the title back to Reigns, or give one of the titles back to Reigns or something. But we already know Cody Rhodes is going to be the one to beat Reigns.
Yeah. We already talked about Curtis Axel coming back as a WWE producer.
Welcome back, Kurt Angle.
Sad thing. Sad thing happened a couple days ago. Japanese legend Shinjiro Otama got a German suplex into a turnbuckle and was paralyzed. He's in the hospital. Still waiting to hear anything. It just goes to the conversation that needs to be had. That's thankfully is being had a lot by more people. You gotta be safe in that ring. Japan is like the Wild West. Yeah, I get it. But you gotta look out for the guy that you're in the ring with. So thoughts and prayers go out to the family of Shinjiri. He's been a legend.
Bro,
What's that?
When we used to wrestle, we're more safe than they are now.
Yeah, we were fucking idiots back then, or at least I was.
Yeah. You kept trying to injure me.
Let's see. Something that kind of excites me. It's very impressive in the least. Zack Ryder, woo woo woo, now holds 7 belts after winning the ASW Heavyweight Championship. That's pretty fucking impressive to hold 7 belts at one time. And the last person that I thought would have ever done it is freaking Zack Ryder. You guys know him as
Yeah,
Matt Cardona now.
you know what he's doing?
Hmm.
Doing exactly what Cody Rhodes did. He's going to make a name for himself so he can go back to the WWE one day. I guarantee.
Oh boy.
Because you know Zack Ryder, he loved WWE.
Yeah, he did.
So that's what he's doing. He's making himself known and making the wrestling world talk about him. So that way, when he gets big enough, he can go back.
All right.
He's trying to prove to Vince that he's main event material.
Yeah. All right. So the last thing I got is Ring of Honor and Warner Media is in talks right now. Warner Media is a company that owns TNT/TBS, who right now airs AEW on those channels. Warner Media also owns HBO Max. So what's in talks right now is the Ring of Honor shows, and all the vintage material, along with AEW shows being put on HBO Max, while TNT and TBS plays Ring of Honor shows. So that's the talks.
That's probably what's on.
Yeah, so that's quite possibly the big announcement. Business talks are always crazy, so you never know what's going to happen until it actually happens. But
Or, he might be showing who the bots are.
you never know. Yeah. All right.
She's talking about bots.
So that's how you do a news segment. You see, boom, get it done in 10 minutes. All right. So I'm gonna send this back over. I'm gonna send this back. I'm gonna send this back over to Whis so he can talk for another 45 minutes. How about it, Whis? But first, I'm gonna drink a beer.
No, I'm gonna send it back to you because we're gonna go back on track. Because I don't like going off track. So first thing we're doing, nerd, talk about half a rebellion.
All right. So live on pay-per-view and Fight TV, April 23rd, 2022.
Which I bought it on pay-per-view.
All right. It's going to be Impact Rebellion. So it's going to start out Impact World Champion with the champ Moose versus Josh Alexander. After that, you've got Impact X Division champ with the champ Trey Miguel versus Ace Austin versus Mike Bailey. Third match, Jonathan Gresham versus Eddie Edwards. And final match is Jonah versus Tomohiro Ishii.
Right. And then before I get into my half, I wanted to say, you never know what will happen when you give me a live mic. Since you're talking about my 45 minutes. But hey, at least mine's entertaining. All right. So what we got? The rest of the show, we got Impact Knockout Championship. Got champion Sasha Steele's defending against Rosemary. I honestly believe Rosemary is going to take the win because they did a nice promo. Her trying to scare Sasha Steele's on Impact. So I really strongly believe they're going to go back to pushing Rosemary again. And I hope so. I mean, now that Taya Valkyrie's back in Impact too, because they used to be like tag team and they used to be real tight. So you got Rosemary going for that. Then you got the AA Raymond Day Reigns Championship, Deonna Purrazzo, the champion, defending against Taya Valkyrie. What if they both win? So they're both champions, which I do see Taya Valkyrie winning, honestly, because Deonna Purrazzo has to go over to Ring of Honor to do that whole unification thing. So I see that happening so that she can go work for Tony Khan. That's my opinion on it. Then we got Jay White versus Steve Macklin versus Chris Sabin. Now, last week we said the 7 teams for this match. Impact World Tag Team Championship 8-team elimination challenge. Violent by Design is champions, and it's against 7 teams to be announced. Now, I don't know when they change it to be announced, but I guess they're going to be doing tournaments over the next few weeks. qualifying matches. So I guess they decided to actually do it the right way. Which, something I wanted to say. I don't know if you watched the Pat McAfee show.
No, I
I
don't.
saw a little segment when I don't either, but I saw a little like clip when he was talking to him and Vince McMahon when he had Vince McMahon on the show. Pat McAfee actually asked Vince McMahon what he thought about Tony Khan buying Ring of Honor and all that. He never really answered the question, but Pat McAfee did say Impact's doing good. Pat McAfee said got Impact coming back. Tony Khan buying Ring of Honor and stuff like that. Vince never answered the question. He said he likes confrontation. That's what he said. So I didn't understand that too much, but it's what it is.
I guess he likes the I mean, he likes the competition. He likes trying to push himself to make the product better, but Vince has definitely not been doing that because Vince hasn't had competition for so long. Vince hasn't had competition he really needs to worry about for a very long time. The last company he really had to worry about was WCW.
TNA.
Not really, even. Like, people talked about it at the time, but it was never gonna be able to go head to head with WWE. Like, all the fans, everybody knew that. So it was never really, it was never a threat. It was never taken, yeah, it was never taken seriously.
But I like the fact that Pat McAfee actually gave props to him, props to Impact. Like, in that little conversation, he's like, how he was like, yeah, Impact's doing good. Like, I honestly think that's saying something, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So,
I'm sure he'll probably catch shit for asking him that on a live thing. I'm sure he got in trouble for it. Trust me.
Probably. That's probably why Vince had himself beat him at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
The punishment is you're gonna lose to me.
You changed the last second.
Eventually, you're fired. Nah, apparently they gave Pat McAfee a lot of creative control in WWE. So, what we got next? You know what time it is? What time? What time? Yeah, it's a beer chugging time. And now, what do we got over here? We got something in the bingo hall. Married this day in history.
Of course, it's going to be from the bingo hall because I tried to be nice. I tried to give other promotions a chance. I tried to give other shows a chance. It's epic failure, just like those shows were. So I'm going to go back to what I know and wrestling that I loved that never disappointed me, and that is ECW. However, this ECW is the ECW wrestling on TNN, which was a little bit of a disappointment, but not much because this show, 5-star matches all day. So I'm talking about ECW on TNN. It started out, of course, Joey Styles and Joe Gertner open the show. Joe Gertner does one of his patented limericks that he always does. If you guys don't know who he was a manager for the Dudleys back in the day. Funny guy, sexist, horrible character, but it was so fucking entertaining. Like, it really was. All right. There's a quick little vignette with Sinister Minister, great character, and Mikey Whipwreck, another Hall of Famer right there with Jazz. Again, another Hall of Famer. Nothing but Hall of Famers. First match was Nova and Chris Chetti versus the Impact Players, which is Dustin Credible and Lance Storm. They came out with Dawn Marie, and they wound up retaining. It was a great back and forth match, a great tag team match. It was 5 stars all day. Blood, broken, everything all over the place. This is what you come and expect from ECW. After that, you got Taz going up against Mike Awesome. Mike Awesome was the champ at the time. Taz stole the belt. Uh, let's see. This came out with Little Guido, with Big Sal Graziano. Little Guido at the time. With Big Sal Graziano, and that was versus Tajiri versus Super Crazy for the belt. Super Crazy was the champ. It was another bloody ass match. It was great. Super Crazy was busted open. Little Guido was bleeding all over the place. Tajiri wound up being the winner. Why are you lying me?
Because you said his name wrong before you said it right. You can't hide it.
All right. So Tajiri wound up winning. He's the new TV champ because of interference from the network and Rhino. It just ECW used to be a thing where like things just to get crazy. Like the whole locker room would come out, and this was one of those matches. Sandman came out after the match, beat the network up with his cane, and then Rhino came out, speared him and a ref through 2 tables. Then RVD comes out, and then the show cuts off when RVD comes out with Bill Alfonso to start the next week. So that is a wrestling show. 5-star matches all day, just absolute craziness, good matches, not like that weak ass shit that I had to do the past 3 weeks. Never again. Never again.
So, yeah, and next week we got the main event. Just joking.
And your show, boom.
Yeah, WCW Nitro, April 15, 1996, which I wanted to say, yours was 1996 too?
No, I was 2000.
Oh, I thought you said 1996. Okay. All right, so actually I wanted to say one thing before we do this. Something that just popped in my head. I told you I follow Vito on TikTok.
Yes.
Thanks for talking about ECW and WCW. This is what made it pop in my head because he was on both, I believe.
Yeah, I wanted to see an article and like read up about it before I talked about it. But you go ahead. You could talk about it. I mean, I'll just make sure to have the facts for next time, and we can go over it again.
Well, I don't think there's facts about it yet. But Vito is trying to get people to. In one of his videos, he was trying to get the people to message at WWE because he's trying to get hired by WWE. And for one thing, he wants to be Tony D'Angelo's manager. So he was getting people to at WWE on TikTok for him. So I was one of the people that did it. I was like, at WWE, please make this happen. And he liked my comment.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I see it happening. I see it. Well, not see it happen, but I wish it would happen because it would be great. Because Tony D'Angelo is basically doing Vito's gimmick from WCW. So I think it should happen. What do you think?
I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting. I mean, no doubt about that. It's definitely going to be interesting. Yeah, whatever.
I hope it happens. And I watch a lot of his videos on TikTok when he does them. And this one, he was actually trying to, like, I don't even think WWE commented on it. WWE don't care about the fans. WWE don't care about what the fans want. Like, there's proof right there. Like, you got somebody having them message them, and they're not even responding to it.
WWE, like a company, is like Nintendo. All right, Nintendo has its consumers. It has its fan base. It don't need to try. It knows that the people are gonna go and they're gonna buy the product because it's Nintendo. They're gonna do it. So Nintendo has always had the fuck the fans mentality. WWE has the same mentality. It's just they've been on top for so long. They don't need to try. They know people are going to spend money on the product, and people still are. It's shit ass product, and most of the adults have grown away from it. You got the kids' money, the parents buying the kids stuff, but the mature fan base is gone. So
It'd be
I mean,
awesome doing
just
one
just
thing.
because just because WWE has a fuck the fans mentality, they don't care about the fans.
Well, it'd be
They
awesome.
haven't for a long time.
It'd be aw- it would be awesome if Tony D'Angelo comes out and then say you hear Vito's music come. That would be awesome, I think. Um, so anyway, let's get into this. WCW Nitro, April 15, 1996. The show at the time, WCW Nitro was the number one show. Hulk Hogan defeated Arn Anderson and Taskmaster by pinfall. He gets 5 minutes for the manager of his choosing. Now, I didn't write everything down. At first, he chose Miss Elizabeth. It was funny. Like, the commentary were being so dirty about it. Uh, but ultimately, he chose Jimmy Hart. And the Giant came to the ring and chokeslammed Hogan. But Hogan got right back up, no selling it, and took down the Giant 3 out of 5. He got the Nasty Boys. They defeated the public enemy by pinfall in a street fight. Pretty good match, 3.5 out of 5. Macho Man Randy Savage defeated Earl Robert Eaton by pinfall, 3 out of 5. Then got Sting and Lex Luger defeated the Giant Ric Flair by DQ. 3 out of 5, but it was a DQ done right. So, and next up we got Nerds, OnlyFans, personally.
Next, we got the only thing that we got to talk about, and that's my superstar of the week. So this week I chose Gigi Darling. You guys know her, or might know her as Priscilla Kelly. She was born June 5th, '97, in Douglasville, Georgia. Um, she was what?
I've never.
What? That's PG-13. Come on, please. You see worse stuff on freaking TV. Come, get it. Anyway, she she trained at Murder One. She made her debut in 2015. A couple things about her. When she was 14, she was on the first season of the reality show My Big Fat American Gypsy Wedding, and that is where her persona and her character comes from. It's directly from that show, is what it was based off of. She used to be married to Darby Allin. They got divorced in 2020, but they're still friends. And her younger brother is the one that got her into the rest, or got her introduced to professional wrestling and got her interested in the business. So she debuted in 2015 on the independent circuit, where she worked. She debuted March 2015 in a tag team match. In 2016, she joined Women's Superstars Uncensored. 2018, she joined DDT Pro Wrestling. And December 2018, she joined Suburban Fight Promotion in LA, where this was pretty much where she made her name. She got so much heat and so much praise from the wrestling community. So she showed up at this promotion. She did a debut match with an opponent named Tuna, and pretty much gets her ass handed to her in a match. And after the match, she pulls a quote unquote bloody tampon out of her tights and sticks it in his mouth. And people were not happy about it, but it got her name out there, especially after Gail Kim pretty much just talked shit and made it go viral. Pretty much, it's Gail Kim's fault that she's a wrestler now. It's directly on Gail Kim, so which is pretty interesting. But in 2019, she defeated James Ellsworth to become the World Intergentle Champion at Cactus League Wrestling. Not a big feat.
Intergentle.
I said intergender.
You say intergentle.
Don't. That's my Jersey slur.
I know you're trying to be a little bit gentle with her, but
All right, so um, not a big accomplishment in defeating James Ellsworth, but still pretty cool. November 19th, she debuted in Major League Wrestling, and then 2016 she debuted in Shine, which is for the World Wrestling Network, and she debuted in Full Impact, Evolve, and Style Battle. And then she went to Japan in 2018 for Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. And then she went all elite. And that didn't last very long before she went into the WWE, where she
I knew
is.
I recognized her.
All right, where she is now. Okay, so she's with the team Toxic Attraction. So she debuted in 2018, where she showed up for the second Mae Young Classic. 2021 is when she finally debuted in the NXT in the Women's Dusty Road Tag Team Classic with Mandy Rose and JC Jane, where she's still currently. So let's get on to the championships and accomplishments. So, like I said, she trained in first. So first wrestling Uptown BFW Championship one time. Together we fight tournament one time. The Grimm's Toy Show Wrestling, which is also called GTS, where she's the intergender see now you can't even I can't even say it now. Intergender Championship. In Pro Wrestling Illustrated, she was ranked number 38 of the top 100 females in Pro Wrestling Women's 100 in 2020. In She's one-time Rogue Tag Team Championship with Vipers. Shine Wrestling, she's the Shine Nova Champion one time, where she won the inaugural tournament in 2017. And in WWE, she is a two-time NXT Women's Tag Team Champion with JC Jane, where she's still currently champ. Who's your superstar of the week? Probably don't have it OnlyFans, does he?
Man. Maybe. I don't know. I doubt it. Maybe, the female in his stable does. I don't know. But I know you'd be on that if she does. I got Crazy Steve. Man. So first thing before I say that, who is Glizzy Lou?
Glizzy Lou.
Yeah, they messaged on your Twitch.
Oh, just people come on and try to get you to go to their channel so you could get followers and subscribers and stuff like that. It's all a scam. It's nobody.
Okay. Yeah, we totally don't know anybody that did that. That's just joking. Okay, so it's Crazy Steve. We got Steven Scott is a Canadian professional wrestler born on March 4th, 1984, and was trained by Eric Young. I didn't know that. He made his professional debut in 2003. He's currently signed to Impact Wrestling, and he also wrestles on the independent circuit for multiple other promotions. He is legally blind due to a result of congenital bilateral cataracts. His vision was not improved by the cataract surgical removal. Pretty impressive, the fact that he rapped. Like, I saw him live in person. Nerd saw him live in person. You can't even tell he's blind wrestling. But I know that's ultimately the reason WWE didn't hire him, because they didn't. They didn't want a blind person wrestling for him. Sure loss. From 2003 to 2014, he mainly wrestled in independent circuit. He made his debut in TNA in April 2014 as part of the Menagerie stable. I don't know how to say that right.
Menagerie.
But it was like a carnival stable.
Let me give you an English lesson now. Menagerie, since you're fucking Dr. Professor over there with my speech.
So, that stable was led by Mike Knox, which was known as Nuts in TNA, and had the Freak. I forget his actual name, but he was called the Freak. when he was with that stable. So the group disbanded when Knox left TNA on May 19, 2015. On January 26, 2016, he joined the stable Decay in Impact Wrestling. I don't know if you got hype with that, Decay, but he went along with Abyss and Rosemary. He left the company on April 20th, 2017. On June 17th, 2017, he attended a tryout at the WWE Performance Center, but was not signed. He started competing on the independent scene again from 2017 to 2020. He wrestled in Ohio Valley Wrestling from 2018 to 2019. He returned to Impact Wrestling on April 21st, 2020, and is still there. So, championships, accomplishments with Canadian Wrestling Revolution. He's a one-time CWR Openweight Champion, a one-time CWR Pan American Champion. With Great Canadian Wrestling, he is a two-time GCW Tag Team Champion, once with Gutter and once with Jake O'Reilly. He's a one-time Fighting Spirit Pro Wrestling Champion. He's a one-time Legends Wrestling Light Heavyweight Champion. He's a one-time Maximum Pro Wrestling Georgian Bay Heavyweight Champion. With Nia Spirit Pro Wrestling, he's a one-time NSPW Independent Champion and a one-time PSPW Internet Champion. The one-time and current Renegade Wrestling Alliance Tag Team Champion with Gory. He's a one-time and current Tried and True Pro Wrestling Tried and True Champion. With Total Nonstop Action, he's a one-time TNA World Tag Team Champion with Abyss. And in 2015, he won the TNA World Cup with Jeff Hardy, Davey Richards, Rockstar Spud, Gunner, and Gail Kim. In 2017, he was ranked number 68 of the top 500 singles wrestlers, PWI 500 with Pro Wrestling Ocean. That's pretty impressive for a blind man.
Yeah, I mean, for a blind guy, I mean, that's a fucking hell of a career.
Yeah, and like I said, man, we saw him live. You couldn't even tell he's blind.
Couldn't even tell at all.
Like when he's acting like he's looking at the fans, it looked like he's literally looking directly at you and interacting with you. Like, it's pretty awesome.
I mean, I did not know he was blind when I was at the show. I only found out last week.
I guess you found out when you read the script.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
I told you before. I guess you forgot.
No. You had mentioned it. I don't know if you mentioned it on the show or whatever, but
no, I told you before because so I remember I told you he got a WWE tryout, but they wouldn't hire him because they didn't want the if something happened to him, they didn't want it to be there for.
Maybe I was drunk.
Like yeah, because they didn't want a blind person wrestling for him. I don't believe he told him that he was blind when he tried out. I'm not sure exactly, but yeah, they didn't give him the chance, and it's stupid on their part, if you ask me. Because they lost a great talent that draws in people. Impact started becoming big again when he went back, I think. So, I mean, there's other reasons, but he's one of the main things that make the show entertaining. All right, what time is it?
It's time for a beer, I think.
Give me a hell yeah.
Hell no.
No, this ain't Kane and Daniel Bryan.
Best stable ever. It's the only time I like Daniel Bryan. Anyway, let's get on what I got.
Now we got Nerds Only News that is real. We got the Nerd Game News of the week.
All right, so last week we talked about Mickie James's wrestling video game project that she's going to be working on. At that time, we didn't have any information on it. So
there's your background.
Bug hunt. All right.
Den.
All right, that works, I guess. So I went ahead and I did a little research and I found the article. So Mickie James did an interview with sportsmanor.com, and that's where this came from. So the interview.
What did I call that when I read that? Sorry for interrupting you, but what did I call that?
Oh, Sports Manure. Yeah, I had
It's
absolutely
like,
no
what the fuck
idea.
is sports for no?
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Sports Manure. Oh, what the are you talking about? Sports Manure.
But hey, you probably did it on time.
All right.
A little bit late, but you did it on time. Second time.
All right. So I found the article. So essentially, the interviewer said, and this is a quote from sportsmanure.com, or sportsmanor as normal people call it. And and lastly, you become my favorite women's wrestler thanks to Raw vs. SmackDown 2010 video game. And with WWE having just released 2K22, are there any plans for a wrestling game from Impact Wrestling or maybe yourself? And Mickey's reply was, actually, yes, to answer that question. As far as Impact having its game, I don't know about that. So that shoots that down. I was thought maybe
Oh,
it might have been an Impact game, but no, it's not going to be an Impact game. But there
well, you
is,
see, here's the thing. I want to say about that real quick. She said, Impact having its own game. That's a no. But Impact already has its own game. It just never had another one.
I don't even remember the Impact game.
Yeah, it was a big fail, but
I
it was back when it was TNA, and that's where they initially debuted Suicide. That's where the Suicide character they used on television came from, because he was the main character in the TNA game. I mean, it was a good game, but a lot of wrestling fans didn't like it.
that had to have been like
But
PlayStation 2 era or something like that because I don't remember it.
it was
It must have
it
been a
was
while back.
PlayStation 2,
All
and
right.
then they kept upgrading it to PS3, PS4. Like they kept doing, like, basically they did GTA 5.
Mm.
Like, basically that's what happened with it. But they kept updating it. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but they prolonged it. Like, they dragged it. They should have made a new game instead of just dragging that one and making new features for it.
I agree. Just
Sorry,
just just like
I
Grand
had to
Theft
say
Auto.
that.
All right. So, but there are certainly some more independent games coming out. In fact, there is this one game. It's not out yet, and I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it, but Nick and I just signed a new deal for a wrestling video game. And Nick is also doing the motion capture for the game itself. They've set up the whole setup, and it's in our basement. I think now, because the technology has moved so quickly, there are a lot of different options for wrestlers to be in different types of games. Because I've had several video game offers since leaving the WWE, like a year ago. I've had a couple different video game offers, but we did just sign, and I'm trying to think. I don't know if I'm supposed to say, but yes. So Mickey James is in fact coming out with Nick Aldis and a to be seen production company. See what's I don't know. I'm kind of I don't know if I'm excited about it. I got to be honest.
You said the company?
No, no, there's no company that was mentioned yet.
I don't know. I can't wait. Mickey James. I'm looking forward to the game.
I mean, there's always room for more video games, for more wrestling video games. I mean, WWE has had the lock on it for so long. I'm excited for more different styles of games. Like I said, like I got into the Retromania. That's pretty cool. It's an indie game, 8-bit style. But I'd like to see. I mean, AEW's game is definitely gonna blow 2K out the water. I've got
I
no
mean, Kenny Omega says that.
I've got
Kenny
no
Omega says, sorry.
got no doubt in my mind that AEW's game is going to blow WWE's out of water. As for any of the small time, like Mickey James's or anybody else's, even actually no, I'm excited about that RPG too that I mentioned, WrestleQuest. I don't know. As more information comes, like there's nothing to be excited about. All we got is a name attached to it, two names attached to it, and that's it. We don't know anything else, and that's just where it's at. There's not much to get excited about. yet.
I'm excited.
I can't just be excited for a name attached to a project. I'm sorry, I can't. I need more.
I'm excited because you know me. I like any kind of wrestling game. It doesn't matter if it's a wrestling game. I'm playing. Oh, I bought the PS5 or PS4 so I could play the Fire Pro.
Right. All right, so let's get on with the shows of the week, man.
Yes, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do we did that. We did something for this last week, and we decided we're gonna continue with that this week because it worked out so well. Like, in my opinion, I think Nerd agrees. Um, but I hope you updated the script when I redid it before the show, though, because there's one more show thing.
All right, yep, we're good to go.
So if you haven't, do that now.
I got it.
So, all right, here we go. WWE SmackDown, April 8th, 2022. Xavier Woods with Kofi Kingston defeated Butch with Sheamus and Rage Holland at Pinfall 205. Now after the match, um, Butch kind of started attacking Ridge Holland. It was kind of funny. Sheamus was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Then we got. Now I called this last week. I don't know if you remember. I said this was going to happen. Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser debuted on SmackDown. I don't know if you remember. I said that was happening last week. In fact, two things I said was happening last week happened. So, now Ludwig Kaiser, Marcel Barth,
Marcel Barthel.
but yes, Imperium has come to SmackDown, just like I said. But they didn't, when they came out, they did not call them Imperium. So I wonder if they're not calling them Imperium anymore. They're going to have a new name. They did not acknowledge that they were Imperium on SmackDown when it came out. So Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser debuted on SmackDown. Gunther defeated Joe Alonzo, a jobber, by pinfall. Crowd was chanting Walter. This is the funniest part of the night. Crowd was chanting Walter. Gunther chant has started, like ignoring the fact they're chanting. 2 out of 5. It could have been better. It should have been better. Why? What's the point of putting Gunther against a jobber? We already know he's a beast.
Yeah, I mean, I can't defend anything they do, so I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah, they've
I'm
done it before, but it's like we already know Gunther's a beast. He was the guy on NXT UK. He was the guy in NXT UK, and they moved him to the regular NXT. He's a beast. Now they moved him to SmackDown. He should be facing top tier talent, not jobbers. Like, he shouldn't be facing mid carders either. He should be facing main eventers. But anyway, going from that, Raquel Gonzalez has also debuted on SmackDown, which I called last week. In a backstage interview, she's now known as Raquel Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
Humberto and Garza, right? Humberto and Garza, they tried to do a little kiss cam segment with her. She turned them down. She's like, no. It was pretty funny, but I can't wait to see what she does on SmackDown. I hope they don't ruin her. They might just do it just in spite of Braun Strowman. But I hope they don't, because she's a great talent. I think they should have kept the Raquel Gonzalez name, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, look at this whole show of the 6 matches that you got. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 name changes.
Yeah. So, well, wait, 5?
No,
not
no,
5.
yeah, I'm counting Happy Courting as a name change.
Now, next week. Oh, okay. You're counting the names that was already changed before.
Yeah.
Okay. They changed more this week. Apparently, I haven't watched the show yet, but they changed more names. So we'll see. Happy Corbin. They did a little Happy Talk segment. Happy Corbin had Madcap Moss tell some jokes. Madcap Moss says, "What do you call a friend that doesn't? What do you call a guy that doesn't treat his friends right, or something like that?" And I forget exactly how it went, but Madcap Moss basically insulted Happy Corbin in the joke, and Happy Corbin didn't find it funny, so he attacked Madcap Moss. Madcap Moss fought back and kicked his ass. Um, we all knew this was coming. I think I
Yeah,
said it like I think I said it like 4 weeks ago.
but I'm so sad it's over. Like, I love the Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss, dad joke thing. I loved it. Being like a dad, like I love the dad joke gimmick, like and just how Happy Corbin got, when Madcap Moss would tell a dad joke and it was it was so wholesome and I love that gimmick so much. I knew it
Well,
was
I'm
gonna
sure.
end in my heart. It was a fun time while it lasted, I guess.
Maybe we're gonna get the Baron Corbin back. And, uh, Madcap Moss, I'm glad. I'm glad because he deserves a singles push. Um, he's great talent in my opinion. I mean, he's done some botches, obviously, but he got over him. Like he didn't hurt anybody. He hurt himself, but he took it like a man. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but anyway. So next thing we got Drew McIntyre defeated Sami Zayn by a count out 2 out of 5. Lacey Evans returned. He called that one.
Yep.
She returned in a promo. Then returned in the ring. She's got a new gimmick basically. She's a baby face. She's telling like a sob story. We'll see. I don't have faith in this gimmick. Honestly, they shouldn't have changed their gimmick.
No,
Um,
Lacey Evans had a perfect gimmick. I mean,
yeah, the sassy.
she's sassy Southern Marine veteran, badass woman. Super mama. She's definitely something for the girls to look up to. Strong, a legitimate strong woman, like and a good role model
Yeah,
in my opinion. Even though like she was kind of heelish. Maybe it wasn't the best role model for kids, but I mean,
he's, he's a
essentially,
fucking good heel. Oh,
yeah. Damn it, not ready for that.
there's people that just like the Miz said in his Evil documentary. To be a heel, you gotta be that person. You gotta feel it.
Yeah,
And Lacey Evans is a good heel. Uh, it's just like MJF, man. He's a badass heel. Like he's a good face too. We've seen that. We've seen he could be a good face. You gotta put passion into what you're doing to be good at it. And Lacey Evans, you shouldn't. It's just like you said with the Fiend. You shouldn't try to fix perfect.
right. The old
Um,
adage is if it ain't broken, why fix it?
yeah, I
But
don't
but but
understand it. I hope.
but WWE's mentality is it's not broke it, but I'm gonna fucking break it. Watch, hold my beer.
Yeah, yeah. And we're gonna make them leave for AEW. So Liv Morgan defeated Sasha Banks with Naomi by pinfall 3 out of 5. Nice little push for Liv Morgan. Um,
Liv used to be like one of the woman. Um, Look, I love Naomi. I really do. And I really do believe that Naomi does deserve, you know, a push because she really hasn't had, you know, anything. Yeah, she's had a couple, I think she deserves more. Um and I kind of hope she gets it this time. Sasha's always been in the spotlight. Sasha's been in the spotlight for most of her career. Naomi hasn't. So I'm excited.
Sasha,
What?
Sasha would not work for them if they didn't have her in the spotlight.
Oh, of course not.
We've seen it. When they take her out of the spotlight, she's magically injured.
Hmm.
Uh,
So I mean, Liv Morgan, I'm glad to see. You know, it sucks that she took a loss. I don't want to see her be going up against Naomi because I don't want to have to choose. You know, like a father choosing like his favorite daughter. Like it's just a hard choice. I mean, I don't want to make that choice.
Choose
I
Liv. I choose Liv.
All right, so let me tell you about AEW Rampage. It's going to be on April 8th. So it's going to start out with Brian Danielson, or I'm sorry, it already happened because we're on the 16th. All right, so Daniel Bryanson defeated Trent Beretta due to a ref stoppage, 3 out of 5.
You
Swerves.
said Daniel Bryanson.
Did I?
You said Daniel Bryanson.
Fucking name changes. I look. I'm too old for this. Okay. I got memory loss. You know, traumatic brain injury. You know, from the war and shit. Like, I I can't remember things that well. All right. So Brian Danielson defeated Trent Beretta due to the ref stoppage, 3 out of 5. Swirl Strickland defeated QT Marshall via pinfall, 2 out of 5. Then we got Red Velvet defeating Willow Nightingale via pinfall to advance in the Owen Hart's Foundation Women's Tournament, 3 out of 5. Finally, you got John Moxley defeating Wheeler Yuta via submission, 5 out of 5.
And you joined their stable too after that, I believe, which is known as the what's their new stable name? Where's
Um,
William Regal from?
William Regal is from crap. I know this. Um, Winchester,
Yeah,
Manchester.
yeah, Manchester something club. That's what I forget. But hey, they're stable now. William Regal said, "Oh, they're in the next NW." Sparked some stuff from Eric Bischoff. You know, Eric Bischoff's commenting about everything lately.
Yeah,
I'm getting kind of tired of it.
he's also catching a lot of heat because he's all over on Twitter and absolutely nobody wants to hear what he has to say. So with the AEW show, he was on Twitter all night, you know, giving his thoughts. Nobody asked you.
I
Like,
mean, he's upset because they compared it with WCW. Like
yeah,
that's there. Yeah, he's upset because of that. Because it succeeded and WCW didn't.
right.
I like Eric Bischoff, but bro, just shut your mouth. All right, moving on.
Moving on.
NWA USA, which was better than last week. Still not a good show, but it's better than last week's show. So I remember last week's show, I think I gave everything a 1 star. So Tommy Carino defeated Mike Jackson by pinfall, 2 out of 5. Now I wanted to say something about this match. I don't know if it's funny. Do you know who Mike Jackson is?
No, Michael
No,
Jackson.
not Michael Jackson. Not Michael Jackson. Mike Jackson is like a 70-year-old wrestler. Uh, and he's so good. He's great. He's really good at wrestling still. If you watch, I mean, the match sucked, but he can run around. Still got the charismatic. Why don't we have the battle of the 70-year-olds? Mike Jackson versus Vince McMahon. Not funny.
I mean, cause it'll never happen because Vince will probably be legitimately hurt.
I thought it was funny. It was a joke inside my head during the match. Because the guy's 70 years old. He still got it. Like, you watched him. If you watch it, he still got it. He wrestled for Impact for a little bit, too. Aew Rampage defeated Sauronaro by pinfall, 2 out of 5. And then Marche Rocket and Jack Stain defeated the Fixers by pinfall, 2 out of 5. This gives Marche Rocket a future tag team title match. I don't know if Jack Stain's going to be a partner. I think Jack Stain was just his partner for the time being. Because Jack Stain didn't seem too happy to be his partner. But he got his tag team title shot. Let's see how it goes in the future. So next up, we got
Next up, we got Roll, April 11th, 2022. Okay, so we got starting out my new favorite WWE superstar, Veer Mahan, defeating Dominic Rey Mysterio via submission 2 out of 5. Well, Dominic wasn't even supposed to be in that match.
yeah, Ray was originally, but
Right.
Ray has medical problems.
Yep, after that, we had AJ Styles versus Damien Priest, which ended in a no contest when Priest was in the middle of the ring and made the lights go out. They made his eyes look demonic. Ooh, so spooky. 1 out of
Yeah,
5. So sick and tired of the
it was
lights go
super.
out gimmick. Everybody's doing it now. It it's being
And
overdone. It needs to stop.
they got a shot from AEW when they did that because I think it was Malachi Black. They took a shot at them because they're copying the House of Black gimmick basically.
All right, so after that, you had the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, defeating The Miz via pinfall, 4 out of 5. Match number 4, Tommaso Ciampa is on Raw now. Ezekiel welcomes him. Segment between them and Kevin Owens. Ciampa says, "That's not Elias." Owen asks if he's the only sane one around here anymore. I love this gimmick. I love this story for now.
Hey,
It'll probably be something that gets old quickly. What?
did you show the picture of Elias and Ezekiel?
No, I didn't get that.
Yeah, Elias showed proof that he's not Ezekiel. Man. I believe it 100%. I believe it.
I didn't get to research that because I wanted to see because I saw other news outlets reporting and using that picture as a thumbnail, and I sent it to Whis. So I thought it was pretty funny. Um,
The
yeah,
arm is kind of small, but
yeah. The Photoshop it was a terrible Photoshop. Um,
oh, it wasn't a Photoshop. It was real.
I'm sure it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm sure it was, and he's just got a fucking. What was that guy in Scary Movie that had the fucking the tiny arm, and he was fucking sticking
It,
it in the turkey and in the mashed potatoes and shit. Not Scary Movie. The Scary Movies with fucking Marlon Wayans and stuff. You know what I'm talking about.
it, it was as real as Family Guy, man.
Um. Anyway, moving on from this. We had Naomi and Sasha Banks. We already talked about defeating Liv Morgan 2 out of 5. Bianca Belair defeating Queen Zelina via pinfall. After the match, Sonya Deville comes down and has Belair sign an open contract with an unknown opponent. Deville attacks Belair from behind and says she's the opponent. Belair and Deville will happen at WrestleMania Backlash for the WWE Raw Women's Championship 2 out of 5. Knew that was going to happen. I mean, knew.
Bill said that she wants to get back in the ring, so
Yeah,
I think it's going to lead to Vince McMahon stripping her of the, you know, the role of being in charge,
right.
and she's going back to full-time wrestling.
Right. Yeah. I mean that role is pretty much only there for people that are sidelined for like injuries and stuff like that. I mean that's really the only time they use that gimmick. So after that, you got Arcade Bro defeating Alpha Academy via pinfall 3 out of 5. Then the Usos defeated the Street Profits via pinfall 3 out of 5. And there will be a
They're Tree Profits.
the Tree Profits. There will be a unification match for the tag titles, but it's not known when yet. Probably WrestleMania Backlash.
All right. Yeah, that was another bad role, especially for after WrestleMania. They should have done it so much better. I mean, they tried, but they failed. All right, it's WWE NXT 2.0 2022. Cameron Grimes retained the NXT North American Championship against Solo Sikoa by pinfall. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams attacked Grimes and Sikoa after the match. Now, something interesting I wanted to say about this match, and something that's been going on. See, I haven't really mentioned before. They're doing a lot of the bloodline matching with Solo Sikoa. So is he already going to be moving on from NXT and going going to be with the Usos and Roman Reigns because they're doing a lot of bloodline. Because Cameron Grimes said, "I don't give a shit about your bloodline." So
Yeah, I mean, at this point right now, I think they're probably just gonna have like a giant Samoan stable. I guess I don't know how else they do it. Of just that bloodline. Just essentially how they had like the heart stable when there were so many hearts in wrestling.
I mean, honestly, Sikoa is better than the Usos, in my opinion.
Any
So,
anybody, my bowel movement is better than the Usos.
bruh. All right. Von Wagner with Robert Stone defeated Ike Manjiro pinfall. 2 out of 5. I might have said that name wrong. Took me a while. I had to look up the name because they didn't really say his name on commentary. Um, Mandy Rose retained the NXT Women's Championship against Dakota Kai by pinfall. Wendy Chu came out. This is hilarious. Wendy Chu comes out and sprayed toxic attraction with a super soaker. I'm sure you would have loved to see that. 4 out of 5, especially if they're all in white. All right. So Natalia comes out on NXT while Cora Jade is talking, and she tells Cora Jade she's the future of NXT. But she attacks Cora Jade. Now, in the backstage segment, Natalia said she's there to stay in NXT. Stupid. But anyway, on from that, Zion Quinn defeated Draco and Honey by pinfall 2 out of 5. Tag team gauntlet match to determine the brand new NXT Tag Team Champions. The Creed brothers defeated Legado del Fantasma by pinfall. Then the Creed brothers defeated Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs with Fallon Henley by pinfall. Then the Creed brothers defeated Grayson Waller and Sanga by pinfall. And then Pretty
No, and
Deadly
then
defeated the Creed brothers by pinfall to become the new NXT Tag Team Champions. 5 out of 5. Pretty Deadly. If you don't know, they're a tag team from NXT UK. They look like they're gay though, with their attire. So
next up we got NWA Power, April 12th. We got the Commonwealth Connection, Dud Williams and Harry Smith defeating the Dirty Sexy Boys, JTG and Dirty Dango via pinfall. Dirty Dango was distracted by Velvet Sky flirting with him at the announce table. 3 out of 5. After that we got
shit was hilarious.
After that we got Killian King defeating Nadia Markova via pinfall. 3.5 out of 5. Then we got Miserably Faithful Julius, Sal the Pal, and Gags the Gimp with Father James Mitchell defeating Colby Corino and the Fixers. 2 out of 5. After that, finally, we got Matt Cardona retaining the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship against the Pope via pinfall. 5 out of 5.
I love the last match, but the funny thing, Gags the Gimp, man. This show, these commentaries were fucking rated. Like they were talking about Gags. He had a little zipper on his mouth.
Yeah.
He unzipped the zipper and he started doing his dog. It's so funny. But I love the fact that they acknowledged Matt Cardona and the Pope as Elijah Burke and Zack Ryder. Elijah Burke defeated Zack Ryder in ECW back in WWE. I love the fact that they acknowledged it.
Yeah.
But next up, we got AEW Dynamite, which started off with a bang. Tony Khan's been putting on some pay-per-view quality matches for free, and he's been bragging about it too. He's bragging about the fact that he's putting on pay-per-view quality shows. So he knows he's doing good. AEW Dynamite, April 13, 2022. The question is, when's he going to run out of money to do this? So CM Punk defeated Penta Ascoro, pinfall 5 out of 5. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus retained the AEW World Tag Team Championships against Red Dragon by pinfall 5 out of 5. Captain Sean Dean defeated MJF by countout where Wardlow made MJF run up the ramp. MJF tried to pay off the ref, not to count to 10. Like MJF was like, whatever Tony Khan's paying, I'll triple it if you don't count to 10. The ref was like, 10. Yeah, 5. It was so funny. Probably is Wardlow's over. Like Wardlow's probably the most over wrestler right now, thanks to MJF. Honestly, MJF put him over. CM Punk put MJF over. MJF put Wardlow over. The Jericho Appreciation Society. Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, and Daniel Garcia defeated Eddie Kingston, Santino, and Ortiz for F5. Marina Shafir.
Wait, Santino was there?
Huh?
You said Santino. Santino Marella?
Santana.
There you go.
Proud and powerful. Whatever you call him. Alright. Marina. You had to do it. I know. I usually the one getting used, so you had to get it. Marina Shafir defeated Sky Blue by submission 2 out of 5. Interesting fact about her. She Marina Shafir, she just signed a deal with the AEW. She also just signed a deal with a contract extension with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
With the Ken Shamrock's company. So she's working for both companies, which is why she wouldn't sign with WWE, because WWE wouldn't allow her to do it.
Right.
Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks defeated Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland by pinfall 4 out of 5. This match. So many people talk trash about it. I don't understand why. Samoa Joe defeated Minoru Suzuki by pinfall to become the new World Television Champion. 5 out of 5. I think it was a 5 out of 5. A lot of people are saying it was a shit match. I don't understand why.
No, I think Samoa Joe has a new life to him. In AEW. I think he felt stifled a little in WWE, so I'm excited to see a new Samoa Joe than I've seen in a while.
I mean, when he got injured again, when after he won the NXT Championship, you could tell on his face, like when he was doing the promo about relinquishing the title and being there, he'll be back. You could tell on his face he knew he was getting fired again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you remember that, but you could tell on his face he knew that was it. Like, you could tell he was like, oh, man. Because they probably told him, you get injured again, you're done. Because, Samoa Joe's injured prone.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so when you said...
Final show.
All right, so final show.
No, go ahead with what you were saying.
No, I was just going to... it was something about Samoa Joe always being injured. Oh, yeah, when you said remember when he was injured, I was going to say what time, because he's always injured. So, yeah, anyway. It wasn't important. All right, so Impact Wrestling, April 14th. W. Morrissey starts the show to cut a promo of how good it is to be taken back into 2300 Arena. Last time he was in the arena, he was taken out by an ambulance because he wasn't clean at the time. He thanks the fans and everyone involved for the second chance, and he is sober now. Brian Myers interrupts him and says Morrissey had a career many dream of and threw it all away for some good time. So why should he feel bad? A brawl starts between them, and Morrissey goes to put Myers through a table, but Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green come out to the aid of Myers, and then they take out Morrissey. After that,
quick, I want to say, before I know you're getting tired of me interrupting, but just bear with me for a second. If you didn't watch that, watch it. You could tell W. Morrissey when he cut that promo. He didn't do it like it wasn't. I think he did off script. Like they didn't script him to say it. He said it from the heart because dude was tearing up. I love that segment. That's the only reason I wrote it down because it came from his heart.
It wasn't a scripted thank you like Cody Rhodes. Like you could tell he actually meant it.
Cody Rhodes. fake crying, man.
Yeah,
I don't understand how you fake crying when you're talking about your dad.
right. Um, it
Anyway, all right, go.
just
Then go.
just it just goes to show what kind of person he is. That's all I got to say about
Yes,
that. All right, so
trash.
Deonna Purrazzo retained the ROH Women's Championship against Willow Nightingale via submission, 3 out of 5. Jonathan Gresham defeated Rocky Romero via pinfall, 3 out of 5. Alex Shelley with Chris Sabin defeated Steve Macklin via pinfall, 3 out of 5. And last up, you got Jonah defeating PCO via pinfall, 4 out of 5.
All right, so going back on Dudley Morris ago, I have mad respect for him after seeing that promo.
Definitely.
I've had mad respect for him. You know that.
Yep.
Um, I love wrestlers that do that go in there and say, you know, admit they were wrong, and they just come back and make it better for themselves. Like, I love when wrestlers do that. I love the wrestlers that have the passion for, to have that much passion for it that they want to give up their bad lifestyle.
Right. I mean, life happens, shit happens, people do things, I had a hard time with drinking and stuff. Like I never got into drugs. Booze was my thing, but there was part of my time I was in a very bad spot, and life happens. You just got to own up to your mistakes. You can't, try to brush it under the rug. If you just come out and be like, hey, yeah, I know I fucked up. I'm sorry, and you mean it, you know, people are gonna forgive you. They'll be fine.
Yeah,
They'll work with you. They'll work with your mistakes. Nobody's perfect. So
yeah. It's like,
what
all
do you?
right, finish.
No, I wasn't saying anything. I thought you kept freezing.
Okay. No, I thought you were going with more. Okay. So that's why I stopped talking. 'Cause I thought you. So you remember Dudley Morrissey when he came to Impact? Everybody hated him. Everybody booed him. Everybody loves him now. He gets the biggest pop on Impact. Like, you can't even tell that the arena's so small how loud the fans are.
Right.
Like, you can't even tell there's only a little bit of fans because the fans go fuck crazy. Like, they scream, and yeah, it's. But I see big things for him when he's done with Impact. I see big things for him. He definitely earned himself another shot.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Like, he's in the best shape of his life, like he said in that promo. I think it was disrespectful of Impact and Brian Myers to interrupt him on that. I think they should have let him have his moment.
That's just, I mean,
But
that's just how it is in the wrestling business. Like, you remember, CM Punk getting booze poured on him and stuff. Like, they don't, they take your personal struggles and put them out there and do some fucked up things sometimes.
yeah, but mad respect. I honestly, since we've seen Enzo when we were at that wrestling thing, I honestly think the fact that Brian Myers and Matt Cardona attacked W. Morrissey is going to lead to W. Morrissey having a surprise tag team partner and it being Enzo.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time before they show up in a big promotion together.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is the start of it.
I mean, even though Enzo's still coked out of his mind, he's in the best shape that he's ever been in. Um,
Yeah.
Maybe lay off a little bit because he was fucking insane at that meeting greet. Like, if you guys only know, and for you people that were there and saw him, you do know, um, that was fucking insane. So you got anything else you want to say before I outro us?
That's everything. But one thing we forgot when we started, because I got so hyped because we're live. Uh, you know, I got camera happy live. everybody watching. I don't think, except for the Crow. Thank you, Crow, for watching. We need to go live on YouTube. I gotta tell you how to do that. But check out our Discord. The link will be in the description of the YouTube video. Check us out. Come join. Definitely, come join us for this journey. We're only just starting. We're gonna get better. Because we're not gonna stop. We're gonna keep doing this as long as Nerd stops having fake news. Not just joking. I need to stop butchering names.
All right. So please like and subscribe. Hit that follow button if you haven't already. We are on YouTube also. This was our first foray into Twitch. So like Whis said, please come join that. Come join our little thing we got going on over here and join that Discord. We got a lot of fun stuff going on over there. And like I said, the link's going to be in the description of the video. We got every news you could possibly get over on our Discord. Video game news, wrestling news from every promotion you could possibly think of. We got some games you could play. It's a good fun old time. So come and join us. Hang out a little bit. And like I said, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that follow, and please.
Yeah, you can see Jordan Grace doing some teasing photos. And that's family most of the tips. Jordan Grace. Oh my god. Sorry, I had to.
All right. So, yeah, on that note, like I said, we are going to be here. We are here for the past 11 weeks. We've been here every Friday, around about midnights, Eastern Standard Time. And,
hopefully next time you can catch us live on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, we'll
tell Nerd how to do that.
We'll figure it out. I got to find a way to do both at once, I guess. I know there's an app. I think Streamlabs, you could do it if you pay. Oh, I'll figure it out.
You don't need to pay. Just stream it live on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to set up all the graphics and stuff if I do it live on YouTube. That's why I do everything through Twitch. Yeah.
Understand that. I ain't got no problems with YouTube. It's basically the same thing. Anyway, all right. So next week we're gonna have more great wrestling news for you. Mine's the real news. Nerd's fake news. The only news that matters from there, the game news. And then we're gonna have our wrestling shows of the week, superstars of the week. Which not sure who mine's gonna be yet, but I'll figure it out. I'm out of good guys. I ain't doing Enzo. I gotta talk about his his Coca-Cola product.
It's Coca-Cola. All right, you ready to booze it up and piece it out?
Booze it up. Good brothers worldwide.
All right, y'all. Thanks for joining us. Booze up. Peace out. See you next Friday. Peace.